trusted with the key to the city more than Mr. Drayton. At this time, we're going to ask George Drayton, the daughter of James Drayton, just to wrap up for us, and I'll come back to you one more time before we all stand for the declaration.
Some of you, particularly to the table to my table's right, and perhaps the table with my father's frats, might have noticed me instructing my father not to move too far from the table, to simply salute those who are presenting, and to generally sit back and enjoy himself. And of course, some people don't take orders very well. But I would like to say on behalf of the family, our entire family, a very hearty thank you to the Florida Democratic Black Caucus, to all of the friends and supporters responsible for the clandestine organizing of this event, and for the wonderful execution of this event in honor of my father. I want to thank everyone who made comments, elected officials and shakers and movers of the party down here in South Florida. I'm visiting from Atlanta. And I certainly want to thank my father's fraternity brother, Mitch Dasher, for the wonderful comments he made. My father, Omega Psi Phi fraternity, has always meant a lot to him. He has always known that he could lean on a shield. And he's appreciated the fact that he can do that. And to that end, in an attempt to show his appreciation, he is actually handing over, transitioning, the African American Film Festival of West Palm Beach to Omega Psi Phi fraternity. I would like to introduce my family sitting at our family table. Of course, my father's wonderful older sister, Lily Drayton, Miss Lily Drayton. His niece and the daughter of Frankie Drayton Thomas, Iola. Iola's husband, Emmett, was present, had to leave. And of course, two of her three daughters, Melissa Mosley, who is a recent Gator graduate of the University of Florida, and her youngest daughter, Michaela. I know the hour's late, I don't want to keep you too long, but just wanted to say that I am a daddy's girl. And I think if my husband were here, he would understand when I say my dad really is my best friend. And there are two things about my father that have really gone into really making me who I am. If you're a daddy's girl, you know that you would be a very different person if you didn't have the relationship that you have with your father. But one thing that he is direct, if you know anything about my dad. And you have no doubt about where he stands with you, and his opinion about what you've done, and his opinion about you. But you know, if you've had occasion to get some sage advice from him and how to handle people and how to handle situations, he very often will give you ways that are very, very tactful and very respectful and very politically savvy in handling other folks and handling other people that might be a little less direct, but kind of soften the approach that you might take to other people. And the second thing that's influenced me quite a bit, again, is what we're celebrating today, which is his legacy of service. His fraternity brother, Mr. Dasher, or Brother Dasher, did mention that he was president of the Schomburg Corporation. Were there any viewers here? I've heard a few accents. And if you know anything about the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, before the collection was turned over to the New York Public Library system, there was a community group that worked to preserve the collection. And my father was president of the board of that organization when the old building was declared a historic site. and presided over the opening of the new building. Well, of course, I was young, kind of a teenager. I have a 12-year-old, called a teenager. And never understood, without him being out on Long Island, with his life in banking and his service was all in the Harlem community, why I had to get dressed up on a Sunday afternoon and go to a book signing, or go hear a lecture, or go hear some person named Alex Haley, who had this great show that was on TV, everybody talking. You know, and so as a child, it made no sense to me. But my parents, particularly my father, would tell me, get dressed, we're going, you'll understand it better by and by. And so I have absolutely no memory of what Alex Haley said when I was 11 years old. But it means a lot to me that I sat in the presence of Alex Haley and heard him speak. You know? I have no memory of what John Henry Clark, you know, Dr. Ben said when I was 12 or 13 years old. But I feel privileged that, you know, particularly while Dr. Clark walked the earth, I was able to sit in his presence. I don't remember what he said, but it means a lot to me to be able to say that that was part of my life that I would otherwise not have been introduced to or been able to experience without the service that my father was giving in the community at that time. And so, again, on behalf of the family, I would like to say we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we thank God for you.
Okay, we have two more business to take care of. At this time, that was a wonderful presentation. Everybody, family, wonderful. We do thank God for you guys letting us share him with you, for allowing him to do all that he does with us, and we just thank you all for that and for keeping him and giving him his strength and to always be there for us in his community. At this time, Mr. Drayton, we're going to ask the lady with the raffle box to shake it up real well and bring it over so that you might pull the ticket for the person that will get this lovely print here.
Flag.
434. Joseph Anderson Sr. Yes. Okay, she'll bring it to you, Mr. Anderson. Okay, and at this time, I'm going to ask Michelle Andrew and Greg Richardson to come up with me, Roxanne, and Mrs. Rita Lopez. Joe Terrence and DeAndre are the members of the Florida Democratic Black Caucus. Marsha Andrews, member. Right now, we would just like to quickly take this opportunity. Some of us are dual members of the Democratic Club and the Florida Democratic Black Caucus, and we're asking each and every one of you to consider joining with us and giving us your support in the Florida Democratic Black Caucus. But at this time, we want to tell Mr. Drayton again that today we hope that you enjoyed today, even though you were not expecting it, that we all mean what you have heard today and the wonderful things that people, and I want to thank everybody for coming out and taking this time to make these comments to Mr. Drayton. And we have a plaque for you, Mr. Drayton. At this time, we're going to ask Gregory Richardson to read to you what the plaque says. Thank you.
Caucus, Mr. Canada's call for action
standing ovation, James Drayton, for supporting unity, fostering participation, and social justice. Great.
You all agree that Mr. Drayton deserves a standing ovation today. So thank you for coming out, and we want to really let him know that we appreciate it. Thank you so much.